Good morning and happy Selection Sunday to whoever is watching this. Girls, this message is mostly for you, your families to some extent, and to our Holly Springs community as well. But Selection Sunday, as you girls know, is one of my favorite days of the year. The NCAA college basketball tournament brackets are released, and we went through our little selection Saturday yesterday, getting to learn who we play in the playoffs, and we're unique today because we typically get to practice before we play. We have a Monday game. Found out that opponent yesterday, middle of the day, and Sunday, with it being Sunday, we can't gather. I actually checked in with Coach Weitzel. Is there any way? He went and read the rule book, and I asked, could we meet virtually to do something, film session, get together online? We can't. So in part, this is just kind of my message to you guys. Of course, it'll be on the YouTube. It's going to be on the YouTube channel. Abby Schindler, for those of you that don't know, is a Holly Springs senior that has done a fabulous job creating content for us this year. In interviews, post game, pre game, highlight films, in game for the home game. She's been awesome. And so, Abby, thank you for all your work this year. It's no doubt the intent of that was to kind of bring our girls closer to their families in this COVID environment. With limited attendance at games for most of the season. And Abby, you really crushed it. You hit a home run with the girls. So thank you so much for your efforts with that. But so part of that message here is, Broughton is a fantastic program, and we are lucky, fortunate, excited to be able to hopefully compete with them on Monday night. Broughton has been really for the past, 15 years, kind of since Girls Lacrosse was introduced in our area. Broughton has been probably one of the, if not the highest, most successful girls lacrosse programs in Wake County. It's been essentially outside of Apex and Broughton have pretty much been the destination schools for girls and families that really desire lacrosse. In terms, when I say destination, I mean if you're a new family moving into town, you're probably looking at Broughton. You're probably looking at Apex. If you're a middle school family that wants to find an environment that's going to serve a passionate lacrosse kid, it's probably Broughton, an Apex. And so obviously we're trying to build to be, we'd like to be a destination too. We'd like to serve our girls that desire to be a part of a strong program and grow as players, and have a fun lacrosse experience. Certainly we want to get into that category, but they've been there for a while, with excellent coaching, with excellent players. They have a team full of year-round club players. They've had, their coach is phenomenal. They're established, and so we need to be ready to bring everything we have, tomorrow night. So when in just a couple of thoughts I want to share. Some of it I've shared with you girls, throughout this year, most of it, but this one I haven't. So with the Selection Sunday theme, a couple of years ago, a coach named Buzz Williams, he was at Virginia Tech. Before that, Marquette. Now he's at Texas A&M. When he was at Virginia Tech, he had a post-game press conference when they advanced. I believe, I'm going off of memory, but I think it was from the second round into the Sweet 16, which is huge. So if you go from, if you can make it to that second weekend, if you can get out of the first or second round, it's awesome. There's only 16 teams left. But in the post game, he said something to the effect of, we wanted to win, or I wanted this team to win because we want to stay together for another week. Like, we want to be together for another week. And I remember thinking in my head at the time when I heard it, I said, I can't believe, like, come on, man, really? Like, you want to win just so you guys can hang out for another week? Like, no way. Come on, that's just a bunch of baloney. Because, there's that's like one of the biggest stages in all the sports, certainly in our country. It is maybe the biggest stage, super exciting. So I thought that was not the right, I just he's just saying that, but that's how I feel right now about us. Like, I feel like I want you girls to play well this week so that we can have another week next week. I mean, you girls have been so good together, so united. How, Colby loves you guys so much. And if you don't know, I have a third grade daughter who's spent a lot of time with these girls, and they are fantastic with her. And I want another week of that, to be honest. So that's That's one thing there. And then another thing I wanted to share, and I have shared this one with you. So Chris Beard, who's the uh, Texas Tech coach, they went to the Final Four 2019, and there's a Sports Illustrated article that we've talked about, and I've shared it with our basketball guys too, where talking about the difference between a pet store dog and a street dog. And I think Hannah was the one that answered the question when I asked. I said, "What's the difference?" We were talking about how do they eat? How does a pet store dog eat? How does a street dog eat? And I think Hannah was the one that said, pet store dog, the food's given to them. It's brought to them. It's given to them. Street dog, you gotta fight for it. You gotta be hungry. You gotta push for it. You gotta find a way to get it. If you want to eat, you gotta go make it happen. And so we've encouraged our whole group to have that street dog mentality, and they've embraced it. And we have tough kids. We have athletic kids. We have kids that battle out there and really, really do hunt for it. And part of that is we have a really unique blend of girls, some of them that came to lacrosse from other sports and that are experienced kids in other sports and brought a very high level competitive mindset. And boy, if you could bottle that up and if you could, transition that to other teams, there's nothing more than a coach would desire to have kids that are hungry and play hard and are competitive and tough minded. And that's what this group has become. So we just have to be in that frame of mind Monday night at 7 o'clock and be ready to be street dogs and not pet store dogs. And you guys have been fantastic in that way thus far. So then the last thing I wanted to share is you guys likely know the Virginia coach is one of my favorite coaches. I'm a favorite coach, definitely my favorite coach, and he's been such an influence on me from how he creates team. And one of those things is, and certainly spiritually too for him. And it's been awesome to follow him. But the unity, the passion, those are two of their pillars they call, and we've got our core values, and those are two of ours, and certainly I've patterned some of that off of what they do for sure. But you girls have played with incredible passion. You've been united, and if we remain playing with passion, we remain united. Yesterday with some obviously the girls know, and most of the families, but they got together and painted the hair purple. Everybody got together and dyed their hair over at Haley's house, and Haley's hosted us carving pumpkins the last 3 years. And those things at the time, I know way back then, we kind of joked about pumpkin carving wins championships. And I think I've shared with you, it was the tennis team at Panther Creek that would carve pumpkins, and I used to joke with them when I was athletic director, man, you guys, you win states because you carve pumpkins. Is that how it works? But you guys have been phenomenal spending time together outside, your friends outside, and just play for each other. Play for each other. The last couple things I just want to share is we talk a lot, especially with the seniors in the student leadership class. We've talked about self-care. We've used that kind of that analogy of the pitcher, and you guys have poured into each other so much throughout this year. Take this Sunday and refill your pitcher. Do whatever you need to do to recharge, whether it's take a nap, whether it's spend time with your family, the rest. Maybe it's getting caught up on your schoolwork so you're not overwhelmed this week with schoolwork, or get ahead in your schoolwork, whatever it may be. Just use today to fill your own pitcher. That would be my encouragement for you with that. And then my last message to you girls is just, regardless how this ends, okay? Regardless how this ends, I want you to know that when you look back, you will look back with incredible joy on what you all have accomplished, especially those seniors. To take this from, I think the other night I was looking at 22 wins before you got here, 22 wins over like 12 years. And then to go, you guys have pushed it. You won 5 games as freshmen, 14-6 the sophomores, 5-1 that shortened COVID year, and then 12-0 this year, first conference championship. That you got the banner. That was what you want. That's what you wanted when you guys walked in the doors, and you did it. So however this finishes out, just know that there will be incredible joy when we reflect back, and let's just kind of, stay hungry with that, fighting for another day. And like I said before, it's kind of, I don't want to say it's cheesy or corny or whatever, but like when that coach said, we just want to be together another week. I mean, that's genuinely how I feel. So let's go fight for it this Monday, and take it from there. So you guys enjoy your Sunday, recharge, get some self-care in, and look forward to a great competition against a fantastic program in Broughton on Monday night.